Ayo, it's DNA. Y'all now tuned in to rapgrid.com behind the battles. Yeah, so I listened to Nas track Rewind, and I'm like, yo, this would be crazy if somebody would actually rhyme backwards in a battle. So I started piecing it together, and then I'm like, yo, alright, let me diss everybody that Oun-P is associated with, and then I'm gonna run it back and spit the story backwards. So it took me a lot of time because I was trying to make sure all of it made sense. So in my second round, that's how I started it off with the whole the zone joint about put bullets in his head, Oun-P is dead, something, and then Cortez was like, you should spit that shit backwards. Oun-P came back from the dead, I took the bullets out of his head, moonwalked away from his bed. This is before I was ready to shoot burners, shots hit your sis and them, ricocheted off Rex T and got Mook murdered. So the whole crowd was going crazy, like, wow, this nigga really just rhymed backwards. So then Oun-P spit his second round. His second round was and then his third round was actually good, and I stumbled in my third round, so I was like, oh man. So a lot of people live was saying like, yo, Oun-P beat DNA, Oun-P killed DNA, and it's the first time I really figured out about this camera, man, about how that camera changes things. Cause when it came out on footage, and everybody that was so caught up in the moment realized Oun-P choked in the first round, it changed, you know what I mean? It became real debatable. A lot of people gave it to him, a lot of people gave it to me, but that battle was more so of, I did something monumental, so I'm happy about it with the backwards thing, but it was more so a learning experience. I learned a lot from that battle, like what I need to improve on, what I need to work on. And you know what I mean? Oun-P was definitely the opponent to show me, because it wasn't about, it taught me that every battle is not about lyricism there, it's about entertainment, it's about aggression, performance, and delivery. And that's everything that he had. So, you know what I mean? Definitely that battle was something that I paid attention to and I studied for a long time, you know what I mean? So when I did my next battle, it was against Sue Surf, and I remember Clips, you know what I mean? It's the funny thing about Clips, like, you know what I mean? I learned to be humble because a lot of shit happened where I had to become humble, you know what I mean? Clips is a dude where, you know what I mean, he's arrogant, but at the same time, he's humble until you make him arrogant. So he used to tell me like, yo, DNA, Sue Surf is nice. And I remember I seen Sue Surf battles in the basement. I'm like, yo, this nigga Sue Surf sucks. This nigga is garbage. One of the worst. I remember me and Newborn was like, yo, this nigga is garbage. So I remember I seen him battle Young Ill, and he started going off. I'm like, yeah, this nigga ain't as bad as I thought. This nigga's alright. So I remember URL called me like, yo, we want you to battle Surf. I'm like, alright, bet, I'll do it. So I took this battle real serious because after seeing them against Young Ill, I'm like, dude, it's nice, I can't play around. So this is when I really tried to master like performing and just spitting punchline back to back, back to back, back to back. So when I went against Surf, I knew the advantage I had on him was that he only battled on URL one time, and that was like his biggest battle. Like, mind you, I battled on Grind Time a lot of times in front of crowds, so he was kind of the new guy in this situation, and I was kind of the vet, even though he was older than me. Surf was, when was that battle? That battle was 2010. Surf was 20, I was 19. Or Surf was 21 and Surf was 21 and I was 19. One of the two. He was a year or two older than me, but I still had more experience. So when I battled him, the way I approached him was different. Like, nigga, I've been doing this shit. Like, you know what I mean? You just started. And that's when I really, mind you, I forgot to tell you too, something else monumental in the Oun-P battle, which carries on to the Surf. That's when I introduced, you know, the famous slogan, get him the fuck out of here, in the Oun-P battle. I remember I was at Blockwork with Fred the Godson and Clips, and I was doing a chat room, and there was mad niggas in there hating, like, DNA, you suck, DNA, you whack. I'm like, get this nigga the fuck out of here, get him the fuck out of here, get him the fuck out of here, get him the fuck out of here. So they thought that shit was so funny, so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna spit this shit in my next battle. So by round 2 in the Oun-P battle, the whole crowd was like, get him the fuck out of here. So I told Clips, I said, yo, when I battle Surf, I gotta find a way to keep this get him the fuck out of here. This is some shit that could work. So I remember when I was writing my round, when I was spitting my round to Surf, the crowd was going crazy, and I came up with this new way to end it. I said, y'all know my slogan, and it was already 1 month, and the whole crowd said, get him the fuck out of here. And that's when I said, no, get his hat the fuck out of here, get his raps the fuck out of here, get his team the fuck out of here, get them jeans the fuck out of here, get that gear the fuck out of here, get that beard the fuck out of here. Smack, if you got any type of security, get him the fuck out of here. And that's like what solidified the round even more, because it was just like, yo, get this nigga out of here. So when when I really came up with that, I was like, yo, there's no way he's beating me. Like, it's certain stuff as a battle rapper that when you write it, it's just like, you know, alright, no way this round, I'm losing this round. No way I'm losing this battle. Certain shit. So I knew right there with that round, it was no way I was losing it. And mind you, what people don't understand is that in that battle, Surf was spitting. Surf had a lot of dope shit. But like I said, when I was speaking about the Rome battle, I just took his confidence away. Like, he wasn't the same. I changed, like that's when I started really realizing, like, okay, this is what you have to do to win a battle. You have to make your opponent uncomfortable, because your opponent's gonna have fans. So his fans is gonna say he wins. But my whole goal is, when I battle you, if I make you feel like you lost, then I won. I don't care what nobody else says. If I can make my opponent feel like he took an L, then I won. Because it's really, when you don't have judges, and even when you do have judges, it's fans that's gonna feel like he won. Just like it's people that, if a judge says I lost, they're gonna say DNA won. But if my opponent makes me feel like I lost, then he did his job. So that day I could see it all over Surf's face, like, yeah, DNA got me. So that was my goal. Like, I just took away his confidence, and I just made it seem like it was my game. You know what I mean? But Surf was dope that battle. He had a lot of good shit, and he, since that battle, he got way better. So, you know what I mean? It definitely was a learning lesson for him.
I told them at Fight Club, I don't want to battle Jin, and I don't want to battle that Too Much kid from England. And I wound up having to battle both of these niggas the same night.
Not just I seen him when he battled Jonah, and he did Jonah. That shit was dead on. Like, he's talented for that.